Hello people. In last video, we talked about the mindset barriers of communication. Today, we'll talk about the skill set barriers of communication and how we can solve or overcome it. By the way, this knowledge I have gained again through different platforms and my experiential learning and through my proactive learning under the program which I am taking through Mrs. Yukti Kapoor Mehendirata. She is again a terrific coach, very humble human being, not a promotional video, again, just expressing my gratitude. First is physical, and then second is virtual. In physical, the three barriers can be stress or emotion, inconsistent body language, or negative body language. If we are undergoing through extreme stress or emotion, at that moment, if we try to communicate over an important business meeting or something very significant in our personal lives also, maybe we say over or we say something we don't mean to say, or maybe we are not at all able to express what we actually want to say. So either ways, our communications get hindered. So one of the way to manage that situation is taking pauses. Just try to practice pause and silences. We are not comfortable with pauses and silences. In fact, I am also not. When I'm communicating with someone and there comes a bit long pause, I tend to pop up new question or new topic so that the awkward pause doesn't prolong. But there is no awkwardness. We should be confident to overcome that. We should be confident to take pauses because those pauses and those silence moment will give us the time to recollect our thought, to recollect ourself and emotion, to calm it down and then up in better manner. The second thing is restalling technique, where we can ask the other person to repeat what they have said, or we can say that, okay, so you mean to say this, right? Like asking question, and that person will again reiterate what their question was. So this momentarily repetition of the question will give you some time, will allow you to buy some time, and that time can be for that particular moment or for maybe long. Maybe you can say that, okay, I understood your question, and can I come back after tea, or can we discuss it after lunch, or can we discuss it at this particular time? So you will get a good amount of time, and then you'll be able to recollect yourself. You might come back in a better way to express in more clear and in more collected manner. And the other thing is, we should never discuss something very important, or we should not make important decisions when we are in very agitated states like anger, or maybe when we are very hungry, when we are very tired, or when we are feeling lonely. In case of these extreme emotional states, we should not make any important decision or discussions. We should give ourselves some time. If we are very hungry, maybe take some pause and have a quick bite or eat something so that your body gets energy. If we are angry, we might be tending to attack someone by communication, and that person will spontaneously become defensive. The moment that person will become defensive, it will create a barrier, a hindrance between you both. So again, the communication is broken. And when we are lonely, definitely we are in a very sunken and hollow state of mind, where we can take decisions from not a very sane point of view. And for example, if you are very tired, you just come home back from a long day, and your partner, your mother, your your spouse, your children just drags you into a communication and you are not at all in mood, and maybe you feel so irritated that you end up in picking up a fight which you were not at all anticipating or which was not intended. So in that case, you might communicate your need respectfully to the other person that this is maybe I understand what you're trying to communicate, and I just want myself to be 100% involved in it because this is important. But at this moment, I just want to pause for some time. I want to grab a cup of tea or maybe some water, and maybe we can then discuss it, or maybe we can discuss it after dinner, and the other person will definitely understand because you're communicating your need respectfully, keeping yourself and other person's requirements both in consideration. So yes, inconsistent body language. Sometimes when we are communicating to someone, we show as if we are so much involved and indulged in what they are saying by nodding, by making eye contact, but we are completely lost, and we are just pretending to listen, but we are not listening, we are somewhere else. And when the person's piece of communication is over and you get a chance, you end up in asking something which might look like silly because that person has already answered that question. So to avoid that embarrassing situation, don't have that inconsistent body language. If we are lost, as I spoke in mindset, that take accountability and ask for something if you don't know, and yeah, be authentic and ask that person that, oh, I'm sorry, I just got lost, I just lost the track, can you please repeat it? That person will happily repeat it because this will tell that person that at least you were respectful enough to try to listen, but you lost track and you were authentic enough to ask that person to repeat it. Then comes the negative body language. Negative body language is sometimes we show that person that yeah, we are physically here, but we through our micro gestures show microaggression like rolling our eyes, sighing, not showing very interested expression, and not paying attention when someone else is speaking to the other person, and showing bit of the undercurrent irritated expression. We think that the other person is not able to see, but it is clearly visible to them. So let us avoid uh, coming across as that hard and negative body language person, and let us tame our body language to be soft, to be welcoming, to be humble, and to encourage the person to speak uh, clearly and speak comfortably. As we know, virtual is new real. After COVID times, we have seen many organizations adopting the virtual mode of working because of benefits in resources, in cost cutting, and in logistics. Let's befriend the virtual mode instead of despising. So, how to befriend it? To know how to avoid any barrier of communication in virtual mode. The first barrier can be trying to multitask. We think that we are in a meeting, so okay, fine, it's in a virtual mode. While interacting with the person, some third person is interacting with the speaker, so let me take my phone, let me check my WhatsApp, let me do some Instagram scrolling. I was also victim, I still do this. But this is not the right practice because we overemphasize on the benefits, so-called benefits of multitasking, but actually multitasking is weakening our mind, and this has been shown by science and researchers. There are numerous articles which prove that multitasking actually can reduce our IQ by 20%. So for the sake of our IQ and for the sake of the quality of output and what we want to gain out of that meeting, us focus on what we are doing at that moment of time. come with better output for what we are intending to. Being visible. Let's not come in a virtual meeting as ghost and leave as ghost, where our video is off and no one knows that who we are, we came, we went, and nobody knows. If we are there, please let us show ourselves. In virtual space had the courage to show up without compromising on the professionalism. So let us give the other person, the speaker, also the respect of showing up, that yes, we are paying attention to them by showing our faces and by being visible and present, because in one-to-one communication at least we can see the person even if that person is not very interactive, but in virtual communication we cannot. So let us at least switch on our camera. Participation. Let us be participatory. If you don't have any relevant question, if you have a relevant question, best ask it. Show the enthusiasm to ask that person, so that that person also gets the message that you were actually listening. If you don't have any genuine authentic question, just don't show up for the sake of showing up, throwing any question. But if you don't have any genuine authentic question, then maybe you can appreciate or engage in other people's communication and conversations, but at least try to participate. Yeah, if we start practicing each one of them from today, from now, consciously keeping all the points in mind, which slowly through our way to learning and through our interactions with people, we will be able to see huge difference in our communication. I have started noticing a lot of difference, although I cannot claim that I have polished myself completely, but I can see a lot of difference, bit of improvement in my communication. And if we diligently, proactively practice each of the points by keeping them in mind, definitely we all will be able to. Okay. So if you like this video, please like it, please share with people, because my intention behind is to share my learnings and to help to grow together. And subscribe the channel. If you have any input, please share in the comment box. Let us keep learning, keep rising, shining and conquering.